Did you know that if you are being forced to withdraw money from an ATM at gunpoint, you can inform the police by inserting your PIN in reverse? Or did you know that Coca-Cola logo has an infamous message against a specific community, and this message becomes clear if you hold the logo in front of a mirror? And I'm sure you know this one. Bill Gates is sharing his fortune. You can be a beneficiary if you give this message to 10 of your friends and ask them to continue this. All these seemingly unrelated examples are appealing, interesting, and to some extent informative, how wrong it might be. The biggest connection is all these examples come from the same source, chain mails. Toastmaster of the day, President, fellow Toastmasters and guests. Today, I want you to help me break the chain. You would be thinking, how is it really harmful to forward a mail? How harmful it could be? It's a simple mail, even if it is factually incorrect. This is what a lot of my friends tell me. But trust me, how simple it might look, it is quite dangerous. To think about, it can make you look like an idiot. One of my junior colleagues, he sent me a mail telling me, forward it to all your friends and press F5 6 times. Once you have accomplished this, the secret admirer, the name of the secret admirer will flash on the screen. Okay? This coming from an educated, qualified engineer, that to a software engineer, wow. And he was persevered in sending these kind of emails. I finally stopped reading emails from his echoes. Generally, as people, we do not tend to forward unsolicited mails. But at times we give in to emotional appeals. I'm sure most of you would have received an email saying 1 cent will be given to a cancer-struck child or a victim of 9/11 by the Red Cross Society. How many of you got that? Okay, quite a lot. The point is, when we forward such kind of emails, we happen to have a lot of harm, make a lot of harm to the work and reputation of these organizations. They have to go into overdrive to refute the contents of such mails. Think about more serious impacts. When an email is getting forwarded in chain mails, the context originally gets lost after a few forwards. Let's take a fictional scenario. Mr. X is working in Microsoft. He gets a mail from one of his friends saying there is a potential virus attack for next version of Windows or Microsoft Office. Mr. X thinks, okay, let's be cautious, and sends across this mail to more friends of his. Now, his friends further forwards it saying this comes from a friend who works in Microsoft. It does not take maybe more than 2 or 3 steps before it becomes this officially comes from Microsoft. And now the mail is traced back. And it lands back to Mr. X's account. Now, think of what kind of situation will Mr. X be facing from his higher management. I've actually read about a lot of people losing their jobs on these grounds, sending mails which are not verified. And think of a scenario where you are trying the ATM trick and the tech-savvy robber gets an indication of what you are trying to do. He also has the same false feeling, and now he knows you are trying to inform the police. What's going to happen to you? I have been able to warn you about some of the dangers in the kind of emails. My grudge is against those mails which tend to lure or threaten recipients into forcefully continuing it. The mails which spread hatred superstitions or misinformation, or at times just continue it. Yes, I have received a lot of mails saying, let's see how far it goes. Add your name and country to the list and send it across. Can it get any dumber than this? We have talked about dangers of the forwarded mails or chain mails. What are the ways of counter attacking it? As a first, don't be a part of it. Please do not forward chain mails without verifying the content. Next point is how to verify the content. There are a lot of websites dedicated to this cause. There are websites called breakthechain.com, which was operational for 13 years. Now they have transformed into a Facebook page with the changing social media. There's a website called hoaxslayer.com. Within 2 minutes, you can get to know whether the contents of a mail are false or how much truth they really hold. As a second point, if you are able to establish the fakeness of a mail, don't stop there. Be persistent. Think about counter-attacking this problem. Send a mail back to the sender with the links you have found out on these websites, Hoaxslayer or Break the Chain. Tell them about, okay, this information was wrong, and think in terms of doing a control of the collateral damage. Ask your sender to send this mail and these links to all the recipients and to the original sender. Now you would be thinking, this would again start a reverse chain mail. You are right, but this is a good chain mail. You are actually spreading the right information. This is worth it because it will help a lot of people not falling prey to all the bad things. My friends, email is a communication tool which has happened to the mankind. Let's use it effectively and let's try to break the chain.